Hello and welcome to episode number 249 of WITM, in which Dalton Roush is going to get a huge non-title opportunity against the WWE Champion Roman Reigns. Before that, Dalton is in the ring, microphone in hand. Let's hear what he has to say. Dalton speaks. As everyone has reminded me constantly over the past week, last week on SmackDown, I lost my one-on-one United States title match to Dean Ambrose. You know what? That's fine. Leave the lesser titles to the lesser superstars. I have the top prize in my sights, the WWE Championship. Tonight, I take on the WWE Champion, Roman Reigns. And rest assured, you're all about to get a preview of what will happen at Hell in a Cell in 1 month. Except on that night, the top talent will walk out with the top title. Roman speaks. Well, it sounds like for once you'll get to be the fan favorite for your match tonight. You know, Dalton, I'm getting real tired of you thinking that just because you were in a few movies, you deserve a shot at my WWE title. Being a movie star may earn you opportunities in Hollywood, but this ain't Hollywood, son. This is SmackDown Live. And SmackDown Live is my yard. So if you want to deserve a title shot, why don't you just try to step into my yard and earn it tonight? Oh, and you are right about one thing. At Hell in a Cell, the top talent will walk out with the top title. When I walk out of the cell, still the guy and the WWE Champion. Dalton responds. I find it funny how you look down on movie stardom creating title opportunities, considering your cousin is, oh, I don't know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Roman Reigns screams, "Don't you dare speak about my family." And Roman and Dalton break out into a brawl, and we get a bit of a preview of what we can expect in tonight's main event, and according to Dalton, the main event of Hell in a Cell as well. Alright, so let's get this SmackDown Live underway. First, we'll get the results of the match prior to the main event. Becky Lynch has a promo. The Hardy Boys defeat Beauty and the Man Beast in non-title action. Billie Kay gets a non-title victory over SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte, as well as Tamina, though we'll have to see if it was Charlotte that took the fall or not later on. In more women's action, Natalya defeats Mickie James. Jinder Mahal defeats Chad Gable. Becky Lynch defeats Sasha Banks. And Seth Rollins defeats Dean Ambrose. And now it's time for our main event, a huge non-title matchup. Dalton currently sits at number 5 in the WWE Championship rankings. A win here over the WWE Champion Roman Reigns would vault him up to at least number 3. Will Dalton get a big non-title victory over Roman Reigns, potentially helping set him up for a title match at Hell in a Cell in 1 month against Reigns? Or will Roman gain momentum heading into that title defense? Let's find out here in episode 249. Roman Reigns, the WWE Champion, in non-title action against WITM's Dalton Roush. Let's get underway.
Don't change that channel. We have singles action coming up next. We have one of our breakout talents against Roman Reigns.
Oh, man. I can't wait to see these two go at it.
Words
superstar just has that look in his eye. And this is one of those times.
We're finally going to see which one of these two is the superior competitor. Roman Reigns is so dominant, so powerful, so dangerous.
All
He's
right,
unstoppable
Dan.
physical
Sound the
force
bell
that
and the
backs
train in
down
the
from
background
no
signals the
one.
beginning of this
Neither
match.
one of these competitors has a lot of love for the other. And that's going to become clear right about
And
now. It's go time.
this is not
people.
a
Regardless, this Virginia Beach crowd is
hardcore
amped
matchup,
and
but
ready to go.
you won't be able to tell these two men they do not like each other, and they're taking the fight right
He
outside.
doesn't want to win this one outside the ring.
Because he's a pro,
Irish
King,
whip
he wants to get
into
it done
the ropes.
inside.
Another Irish whip.
He'll be feeling the effects of that for a while.
Clothesline by Reigns. Dalton avoids the stomp. Arm drag by Dalton.
A piercing strike.
Punch by Dalton. Knee to the head.
So damaging.
And a slam, and Dalton getting fired up.
He's starting to feel it here.
Knee
He
to
may
the
have to start
head of
reevaluating
Roman.
his
Stomp
game
to
plan.
the back.
Here's the deal with this guy. You can knock him around all you like, but he's just going to keep getting up
Uppercut
and coming
by
back at
Roman.
you.
Well said, John. And now's the time for one of these guys to take hold of this match.
And a power bomb by Roman. So far, the WWE Champion Reigns in control.
Well, I've never seen him do that before.
Kick to the back.
I don't remember the last time he executed that maneuver.
Forces Dalton up.
Not every move is designed to
Into
get
a
the
seated
fans off
position.
their
Kick
feet.
to the back. Forces Dalton back up. Punch by Reigns.
He's not looking like himself here.
Back body
I
drop.
fully expect him to bounce back, though. This is the type of one-on-one atmosphere where
Reigns
he
attacking the
thrives.
arm.
Look at this guy.
Drags
He's better than
Dalton
what we're seeing
closer
right now.
center ring and
It's
goes
been
for
a great
cover.
match.
And into a quick cover is Roman Reigns.
Dalton powers out at 2.
Look at this. Roman
Kick to the
Reigns
back.
doing some good work here.
Looking for ground elbow strikes, and they connect.
He's certainly
Reigns has
showing us
been
something
in firm
new
control
from
since the
his
beginning of this
repertoire.
match.
That's cool. I like new stuff.
Dalton will need to turn things around quick
Camel clutch. He needs to figure out a way
in
to
order
get to his
to
base and break the
potentially
hold.
earn himself a
Great
non-title
hold, gain a
victory.
block. Whoa!
And he fights his way
Reversal
out.
by Dalton. Could this be what Dalton needs to get back into this matchup? Forces Reigns top turnbuckle.
You gotta move quicker than that.
And
Oh, Roman
broken
Reigns
up by
unable to be
Reigns,
contained.
sitting Dalton crashing
If he
down,
keeps
and
up
then
this pace,
diving
this could
axe
turn
handle
real
by
ugly
Reigns.
real fast.
Dalton does not catch a break so
He's
far
looking
in
a
this
little weary
matchup.
here. He doesn't want to absorb much more punishment if he wants to win
Knockout
this
blow
match.
by
Oh,
Reigns.
man, he looked incredibly confident coming into this match. Now, not so much. It's amazing how much perseverance we've seen up to this point, Cole. And we're not even close to
And
being over
stomp
here
to
yet.
the
Not even close.
stomach of Dalton. Reigns low on stamina. Forces Dalton up.
Roman Reigns.
Superman
Roman
punch.
Reigns.
I believe, evaded by Dalton. Dalton looking for a suplex. And reversed by Reigns. Forces Dalton up. Punch by Reigns. Suplex by Reigns. That took the spark of the energy that Reigns had left out of him. Reigns goes for cover.
He's not done fighting yet.
And Dalton powers out at 1.5.
He refuses to lose.
Reversed by Dalton.
Can he follow up? He may very well have run out of gas.
Punch by Roman.
Looks to me like he just hit a wall.
Don't be fooled, Michael.
Punch by Dalton.
He's still very much in this thing.
Punch by Roman.
Some things, it just might not be his night. That happens sometimes.
And set out powerbomb by Reigns. Forces Dalton up.
A move like that
Into
is
a seated
completely
position.
unnecessary, unless you wanted to
Elbow
grade
strikes to
your
the
opposition, of
shoulders.
course.
I agree, Cole. I mean, this is intentional humiliation.
And Roman, again, low on stamina. He's been unleashing a fury of offense since the beginning of this match. Now Roman. In the corner. Spears evaded by Dalton. Dalton has managed to
These competitors trying to keep their
reverse
wits about
both
them.
the Superman punch as well as the spear of Reigns. Could that be a difference maker in this matchup? Dalton getting fired up now.
And he fails to connect with anything that time.
Punch to the back as Reigns tried to get it back to his feet. Reversal by Reigns.
He almost took his head off with that lariat.
Punch to the back. Goes for cover.
And he powers out.
Man, he's got to be running.
And Dalton powers out at 2.
I'm not sure. He seems to have something left.
Kick to the
Can
back.
you believe the endurance of this guy? Can you believe what he's withstood here tonight?
Clothesline by Reigns. Forces Dalton up.
That's a brutal way
Back body
to land
drop.
on the canvas.
No kidding, that really hurt my back.
And now he goes for it a second time.
Attacking the arm of Dalton. Forces Dalton up. Punch by Reigns. Reversal by
He's
Dalton.
stumbling some now. He doesn't want to let this match get out of control, guys.
Well, these guys have been so tightly matched up until now, but this might be where that finally
And Dalton
starts to
getting
change.
fired up.
And guys, he's gone to the well twice with less than favorable results. That has to have
Reversal
him
by
worried a bit.
Reigns.
Hey,
Goes for
will this
cover.
be it? It may be.
Dalton powers out at 2. Elbow strikes to the shoulders.
That move did it. Now this has gone way past the point of insults and gone right to humiliation.
That was
Reversal
right.
by
That
Dalton.
was humiliating. The more punishment he takes, the slower and slower he is
Pushes
getting back
Reigns
to his
up.
feet.
Reversal by Reigns. Reigns just reversing and countering everything that Dalton has thrown at him thus far.
When this guy's on,
Side
look
slam
out.
by Reigns. Forces Dalton up.
Hey, he's going for
Superman
it again.
punch again. Reversed by Dalton. If Dalton has done anything in this match, it's making sure he does not take the
Another
Superman
great
punch or the
SmackDown.
spear from
Thank you
Roman
for
Reigns.
choosing
All
to join
3
us tonight.
attempts at one of those maneuvers reversed by Dalton.
I don't know if we've seen that from him before. I mean, it's definitely a first tonight.
This is great. This guy will try anything. He was able to reverse that.
Reversal by Dalton.
Roman Reigns with a great offensive show.
Dalton,
Shoulders down. This could
or
be
rather
it.
Reigns, low on stamina, so goes for cover. Dalton powers out at 2 and Reigns in shock. Asking himself what it will take to put Dalton in this match. He's been delivering punishment since the
A move
beginning.
like that is completely unnecessary, unless you want to degrade your opposition, of course.
I agree, Cole. I mean, this
Another
is
back body
intentional
drop.
humiliation. If he keeps up
Reigns
this pace,
again low
this
on
could turn real
stamina.
ugly real fast.
Tugging the leg of Dalton.
Well, clearly not afraid to stick with
Stomp
a good
to
kick
the
here,
other
right,
leg.
Cole?
Forces
It ain't
Dalton
broke.
up.
Don't fix it.
He may never walk the same after that backbreaker.
Again forces
He's
Dalton up.
delivering it, and that was a huge counter.
Reversal by Dalton.
This kind of offense he's known for.
Yeah, you're right
And a
about
punch.
that. He's made incredible
Reversal by
counters.
Reigns. Reversal by Dalton. Powerbomb by Dalton into a cover.
How much longer he can stay in this thing?
Turns it to a Boston Crab, that too.
We might see a tap out right here.
Center ring.
Whoa! Would you look at this? Can you
And
believe
Reigns is
it?
able to break
This
the
is an
hold.
undying will to succeed.
Dalton again getting fired up and taunting the WWE Universe as he loves to do. Now looking for a comeback sequence. If this is successful, that'll score him an AA signature to use. That is successful. Forces Reigns up. And that will connect. Forces Reigns up. And reversal by Reigns.
That move should do it. I mean,
Kick to the
this
back.
should have been over a while ago. Come on, ref.
Yeah, this should be over.
Stomp to the back of the leg. Forces Dalton up. Reversal by Dalton. Reigns is looking for that crucifix sit-out powerbomb.
So that's what it's like being so far off the mark. He's showing no
And
signs of letting up.
Dalton avoids the spear. Dalton has done an outstanding job of making sure he does not take that Superman punch or spear. That could be the difference maker in this matchup. Dalton has managed to hit the AA. Very nearly gets a non-title victory over Reigns.
Just trying to goad his opponent into
But just
making
nick
a
of time,
mistake
Reigns
here.
powers out. Dalton's fired up. Forces Reigns up.
Oh, this isn't good.
For the second time in this match, there's the AA. Forces Reigns up, but uppercut by Reigns. Reversal by Dalton.
From what we've seen and heard tonight,
Slam by
there
Reigns.
must be serious injuries.
Versus
Okay,
Dalton
this is
up.
going to need some serious medical attention.
Work is being put in. Will it be?
Powerbomb into a cover. Dalton powers out at 2. Rolls
When he gets
Dalton
going like
over,
this,
elbow
there are
drop.
a few better.
Forces Dalton up. Looking for that crucifix sit-out powerbomb. Into a cover.
He's got it up there, Cole.
And Dalton powers out at 2.5.
And then,
And that
how
took
much more? How much more are you willing
the last
to pay
bit of
to win
Reigns'
this
stamina.
match? This is unreal.
Reigns in the corner though, looking for that spear.
Yeah, that poor guy's in trouble. Can barely get to his
Dalton
feet.
evade it
And
yet
now-
again. No, this time it will connect. Center ring. Reigns goes for
This should do
cover.
it right there.
I think this thing's over.
And still Dalton powers out. Reigns is in shock. He's punished Dalton for almost the entire match. He finally hits that spear.
Toe-to-toe
Dalton,
with
knowing how huge this opportunity is, refuses to stay down.
This
Reversal by Dalton. Forces Reigns up.
Watch it.
For the third time, AA goes for cover. Center ring. Does Dalton have a non-title victory over the WWE Champion Reigns? No, Reigns powers out. This is once turning into a classic.
Action like this
We
has
may
become
have a late
synonymous with
entry into the
SmackDown
match of
over
the year.
years.
Look at that reversal.
Reversal by Reigns.
Strength.
Elbow strike to the head
We may
of
have
Dalton.
discovered his favorite move.
You think? He seems to use it often enough.
Irish whip into the corner.
Reversal.
Reversal by Dalton.
He's through playing around.
And Baby Rock Bottom connects. Dalton goes for cover.
2.
And defeats Roman Reigns. That's a huge non-title victory for Dalton. He'll move up at least 2 spots in the rankings.
just a pinfall victory over such a high-quality opponent is incredibly impressive, Michael. And folks, if you're just joining us, I'm sorry to tell you that you just missed one of the most exciting SmackDown matches in recent memory.
Alright, so despite the flurry of offense by Reigns at the beginning of the match, Dalton showed great ring awareness and being able to reverse both the Superman punch twice and the spear twice. Dalton would capitalize on his opportunities for signatures and finishers, hitting the AA 3 times and finishing off with the baby rock bottom. And that leads Dalton to a non-title victory over the WWE Champion Roman Reigns. If Dalton can do that in 1 month at Hell in a Cell, he will become the WWE Champion. So, and I believe I just managed to back out into the main menu again. So, let's see how those results affected the rankings on SmackDown Live. Starting with the SmackDown women. Billie Kay defeated Charlotte and Tamina, and I never did check to see, get a chance to check and see if which woman Billie Kay pinned. I believe Charlotte's name was listed first. I believe it was Charlotte. So Billie Kay moves up 2 spots and becomes the number 1 contender. Charlotte is champion, and Tamina remains at number 6. Natalya defeated Mickie James. But Becky Lynch won as well, so she remains at number 3. Mickie James falls to number 6. Becky Lynch defeated Sasha Banks. Becky remains at number 2 because Billie Kay got a non-title victory. And Sasha Banks falls to number 5. And the top 5 contenders to SmackDown Women's Championship held by Charlotte are number 1, Billie Kay. Number 2, Becky Lynch. Number 3, Natalya. Number 4, Tamina. And number 5, Sasha Banks. And now the SmackDown Tag Team rankings. The Hardy Boys defeated Beauty and the Man Beast in non-title action. Beauty and the Man Beast falls to number 2. That means the Colognes are the current number 1 contenders. And the top 5 contenders to the SmackDown Tag Team Championships held by the Hardy Boys are number 1, the Colognes. Number 2, Beating the Man Beast. Number 3, the Ascension. Number 4, the Club. And number 5, Titus Worldwide. And now the U.S. title rankings. If I can find the U.S. title. There we go. Jinder Mahal defeats Chad Gable. That's right, Jinder's not in these rankings anymore, but Gable is. He falls to the bottom, number 12. Seth Rollins defeated Dean Ambrose. Neither of those men are in these rankings. Dalton Roush defeated Roman Reigns. Dalton remains the number 1 contender. And Reigns falls to number 8. And the top 5 contenders to the United States Championship held by Dean Ambrose. Number 1, Dalton Roush. Number 2, Dolph Ziggler. Number 3, John Cena. Number 4, Apollo Crews. And number 5, Samoa Joe. And now the WWE Championship rankings. Jinder Mahal defeated Chad Gable. However, Dalton won as well. So Dalton moved up 2 slots for his victory to number 3. Jinder moves up to number 5. Seth Rollins defeated Dean Ambrose. But Dalton won as well, so Dalton's going to move up a 3rd slot to number 2. Rollins moves up to number 3. And Ambrose falls to number 2. That means Dalton moves up 4 slots and becomes the number 1 contender to the WWE Championship. Dalton in control of his own destiny. If he can just keep on winning the next 3 weeks, he'll have himself a WWE Championship match with Roman Reigns inside of the Hell in a Cell at Hell in a Cell. And Reigns is, of course, champion, so no change there. And the top 5 contenders to the WWE Championship held by Roman Reigns are number 1, Dalton Roush, number 2, Dean Ambrose, number 3, Seth Rollins, number 4, John Cena, and number 5, Jinder Mahal. So Dalton, the current number 1 contender to both the WWE and US titles, like I just said, in control of his own destiny for a WWE or a US title shot at Hell in a Cell. And the game will likely need to rebook the card for NXT, so go ahead and do that. And then see if Corey will be in action after a week off last week. And it's going to be yet another matchup with the United Kingdom champion Tyler Bate. They've developed a little bit of a rivalry. Corey undefeated so far against Tyler Bate. We'll see if he can keep that going in episode number 250. So that is going to do it for episode number 249. Until 250, this is Corey signing off.